What did I just watch? Liangelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets played in their third Summer League game today, not too long ago, and it was interesting to say the least. We're going to talk all about Liangelo Ball in just a second, but before we get into that, I want to bring this up. It would be absolutely foolish to say that nobody cares about the Summer League because people do care. What would be right is to say that it doesn't matter when you're looking at a team success. If a team goes 0-5 or 0-6 in the Summer League, the organization and the general managers, they're not going to pay too much attention to it because it doesn't matter. And for the fans, yes, of course, they want to see their team win, but even if they lose, they're going to brush it off and say, oh, well, it's just a Summer League. We'll see when the real season comes around. There's a lot of things a team looks for in the Summer League, and I'd say one of the biggest ones is to see a player's success and see which players you want to put on your roster. Therefore, if there was a guy that you thought could help your team out and you want to see what he could do, wouldn't you want to play him more to see how he performs at a high level? If you have questions about a certain guy and you only play him 6 to 8 minutes per half, how can you even tell if he's legit or not? Let's talk about Jello Ball now and the situation before even heading into this game. In his first two games, I believe he played 16 minutes in one of them and 20 in the other. That's not bad. Even with him playing 16 and 20 minutes, most people still feel like he wasn't getting a lot of playing time and he should get more. I feel the same way, and it's for different reasons. One of them is because, like we just touched on, you want to see what he can do as an organization, and the Charlotte Hornets, they're thinking about signing him. So why not play him a full 30 to 35 minutes? It doesn't matter. Going into this third game, you were 0-2, so you're not going to win the Summer League anyways. For example, let's bring this up. You got James Bouknight, who's the guard they chose in the draft in the first round, playing 30 minutes in a Summer League game. You know he can play. He dropped 23 points on 11 of 23 shooting, but he's going to be on the team. There's no sense of even having him playing that many minutes. Somebody's got to be talking to this head coach and saying, hey man, try to get that old Jello Ball in there because we want to see if he can really play and help our team out. I don't know if it's the general managers that get something against Liangelo, if it's the entire NBA, if it's Adam Silver, if it's the head coach of the Summer League team, but somebody's got to be against this man. We haven't even gotten into his performance, we'll touch on that in a second, but there's no way that Liangelo Ball, a guy that you think is going to be on your team and you want to see more out of, should only play in 12 minutes of this game. For the Charlotte Hornets, this entire Summer League is a test for Liangelo Ball, and you're not even putting him on the court so he can try to prove himself. It'd be different if when you put him out there, he was a lackluster on defense, he was shooting air balls after air balls, and he was overall playing bad, but we've seen his first two games, he's been playing really well. He's shooting around 50% from the field and 50% from the three-point line. I hope I can find this screenshot at a certain time frame in this game, and I believe this was at the end of the first half, and I'm going to throw it up on the screen now. There was a time frame in this ball game where all the starters and even some bench players were playing more minutes than Liangelo Ball, and he was still tied for the leading scorer. Going into half, Liangelo's stat line was 8 minutes played and 8 points. He was 3 for 7 from the field and 2 for 4 on the three-point line, and one of those threes was a half-court heave that he threw in. I'd say he had a good first half, but I mean, what are we basing it off of? He was barely in there. He made 2 3-pointers, and one of the 2 he missed disregard because it was also another half-court heave late in the first quarter. The only bad things I saw out of him in the first half was he did airball a shot and hit the side of the backboard, but when you're a shooter, it's going to happen. In basketball, if somebody is good at scoring, you're not going to hold them back. Even if they're only playing 8 to 10 minutes per game, they're still going to score, and that's what Liangelo does. It seems like the organization's barely trying to give him a chance, and he's still out there capitalizing. You gotta respect it. Just look at the facts and look at the picture. The dude barely played 8 minutes and was still tied for leading scorer. And oh yeah, we can't forget to bring up that when he's in the game, I feel like his teammates don't pass him the ball all the time, but he's always stuck in the corner and watching other players pass and run the offense, so he has 0 plays designed for him. Every bucket that Liangelo Ball gets is either hustle points, him creating his own shot, or a catch and shoot. He's not a design point guard with the ball in his hands and plays drew up for him all the time. It's different. When I was watching this game, going into halftime, I was somewhat salty, and I'm not even a Liangelo Ball fan or a Charlotte Hornets fan. The reason I was mad was because Liangelo wasn't playing enough, and I've already stated that many times. Going into the second half, I was like, it's okay. He'll still average 8 or 10 minutes in the second half for a total of 20 minutes, and that's okay. Well, what do you know? I couldn't have been any more wrong because he only played a whopping total of 4 minutes in the second half. There's literally nothing to talk about for the second half for him because 1, he didn't play, and 2, he only shot 2 shots. They were 3-pointers and he did miss, but they were decent looks. And if you only look at the box score, he played 12 minutes, 3 for 9 from the field, 2 for 6 on threes, 8 points. You look at it and you're sort of like, yo, what happened to Liangelo? He didn't play that good, so that's probably why he wasn't getting more minutes. But no. I want you to think about this. The only reason he even got to 8 points was because of a last 0.6 second shot at halftime. I just can't wrap my mind around and comprehend that you have a player that LaMelo Ball, your star player, wants on the team, and you say you're giving a fair shot to, but you're barely even playing the guy, and when he gets in, you're sticking him in the corner and saying good luck. We've seen 3 full summer league games of Jello Ball now, and if you say he can't hoop anymore or say something bad about his basketball game, you're straight up a hater because it's clear and evident that he can play at a high level. And he's doing it at what I'd like to call a poor opportunity. This is the best opportunity he's had so far, but that's not saying too much, and you have to realize that. What would it hurt to say, you know what, Liangelo? You're going to start this next game and you're going to play 30 minutes. What would that hurt the Charlotte Hornets Summer League team? You're already 0-2, now you're 0-3. Heck, it can't get any worse if you really think about it. And like I've stated, it would be completely different if he was hurting this team and hurting the roster. But I believe, if I'm not wrong, he's one of the few players on the team that has a positive plus-minus. All I'm saying is, put the dude in the game, let him play 30 minutes, and see how many he drops. If he's dropping 12, 14, 16 points per game and only playing 12 to 14 minutes per game, what would he do if he played 30 minutes per game? Heck, he might give us a 30-piece. And as Charlotte Hornets fans, I don't know too much about your organization. I don't know if they don't want to see this man succeed. But what do you think is going on? I'm very curious. The only argument I could see anyone making is you could say he's not the best defender, but I'd also argue back and say he's not the worst defender, and he's one of the few people that are trying on both ends because he knows this might be his last shot. Some more things I noticed in today's game is that he ran hard, he always runs hard, and he looks great. He's in fantastic shape. Before I end this video off, I do want to touch on this. This could be a possibility. Maybe the Charlotte Hornets have said, hey, we've seen enough of them. We're going to add them to the roster. They just haven't made it public. So, hey, coach, do what you want with them. We don't need to see any more film or need to see any more game action of them. That could be a possibility, but I still don't think it makes sense. Let me know your thoughts on this below. I'm very curious. But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? I see you. You're not subscribed. You might as well hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.